Everything in this world can be broken into functional pieces. Your body, the human body, is no different. I am the basic unit of which all living things are composed. One of me could be a whole organism or part of a multicellular organism. As a single unit, I can create my own food, energy, and manufacture other things that are asked of me, depending on the job that I'm performing. I love working in teams. A bunch of us to make a sort of a community, which you may call tissue. We work together, perfectly coordinated. We pass on information with our neighbors and hold on together as tight as needed to perform specialized functions, being part of organs and systems, carrying out all the necessary functions to keep you alive. Our jobs determine our unique features, and we gain or lose abilities as we differentiate and have specialized functions. Sometimes we've been fused together like in skeletal muscle to form a single fiber. It is often said that in life, one must sacrifice some things to gain others. Wrapped around all of me, there's a membrane made up of 2 layers of lipid, which serves as a barrier between me, my neighbors, and everything else. It limits my being, protects me from unwanted substances from outside, and allows the goodies in. Embedded in this membrane are many proteins and receptors that allow the exchange of ions, receive information, signals, and packs everything that comes out of me, like a transportation hub for communication with different gateways and ports. I receive from other cells, hormones, signals, or products, and I can generate electrochemical gradients and potentials with ions to produce an impulse, like in muscles or synapses and neurons. Suspended inside of me, there are compartments that perform unique functions. It's like cubicles in an office floor. Right in the middle, there's the headquarters, the nucleus. All the instructions of the duties that I must perform come from there. It's like the office of your boss. It tells me when I need to create parts, receptors, proteins, or perhaps creating a full copy of everything I have inside, or destroying myself when the time comes that I can no longer perform my duties well. As we all living things, we must die. One of my organelles, or cubicles if you wish, is a system of sacs or cisterns that are rough or smooth in appearance. Part of this intricate system leads to the production of lipids and cholesterol. You know, cholesterol, the good and the bad, and the other parts that has a small machine called ribosomes. They are tasked with the production of proteins and made from amino acids. There are probably millions of ribosomes inside of me. Some are lone wolves, and some others are in groups, tag along with messenger RNA code, which they can translate during protein synthesis. After proteins come out, they are shipped to the Golgi complex. This area of my factory is where they undergo different modifications. tagged for shipment outside the cell, or maybe they need to be left in storage, whatever it is. Packages come in from the seaside, from the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and then they come out from the trans side, and they are shipped in their respective vessels. If a protein is not folded well, it's defective in any way, it's returned back to the rough endoplasmic reticulum, because we can't have bad quality ruining the name of this cell, right? There are other vesicles suspended inside of me, like lysosomes, which are full of materials that I want to get rid of. I mean, nothing to see here, just, And there are peroxisomes, which are vacuums full of enzymes that detoxify. Like when you binge on drinking, and the liver has a bunch of them, just to process that alcohol. And proteasomes, which basically just destroy those proteins we were talking about that were misfolded and are basically tagged as trash, or that need to be cut in pieces to be presented to the cellular police, lymphocytes. Because, cells were all kind of snitches, to be honest. But let's not forget the little energy pods inside of me, the mitochondria. They're called the powerhouse for a reason, and I've got a bunch of these that generate chemical energy from sugar to ATP. This is why you breathe oxygen and breathe out CO2, because I need the oxygen molecule for stuff in the Krebs cycle, that cycle that we all pretend that we understand in biology class, but we really don't, and it's okay. I don't either. I make potent reactive oxygen species, which, if you may know, could be used to destroy stuff that I don't want, like waste. And when it's time to die, but mostly it's just to make energy from what you eat and what you breathe. Depending on the kind of cell that I am, I may have up to 2,000 powerhouses like these in liver cells, or none at all if I'm a red blood cell, because these cells just float around carrying oxygen. They're not meant to consume it. And mitochondria have their own genetic code that comes from the side of your mother only. But to have all of these organized inside of me, I need a skeleton to this ball. All these flabby sacs and everything. It's like you with your bones sustaining your meat and your skin, right? I have a system of proteins that support my being. They come in different sizes and shapes to form an interconnected network around my cytoplasm. It provides support for the extensions in my surface, such as villi or cilia, anchoring them to the cytoplasm, or motors like flagella as well. It keeps everybody in their place. It's like Golgi complex needs to be around the nucleus and nearby the endoplasmic reticulum to receive those packages, and my powerhouses cannot just flow around. They need to be near where the energy production is required. Or maybe there are special types of filaments like myosin in muscles. With heavy and light chains, they can create movement. It creates muscle contraction. And in the boss office, which is the nucleus, everything is coordinated. This is the information center. It has its own membrane with pores to let the information out when it's needed, and it's separated from everything else. houses the double-stranded spiral-shaped deoxyribonucleic acid, or DNA. It has all the information that I need to maintain my unique character as I grow and divide into daughter cells. This information is contained within a strand of nearly 2 meters of DNA, which must be tightly packed and coiled in an organized fashion, like when you roll up your hair with plastic tubes to get your curls on. But DNA does it with proteins. When it's wrapped around these proteins, or histones, it's called chromatin, and is condensed until instructions need to be handed out. Since my time in your body is limited, I must leave copies of me to perform my duties when I'm gone.